Oh, we are live. Apologies first of all for my tardiness. It is very rainy and very trafficy up here in NorCal. But yeah, here we are, my friends. I know it's been a while since I've gone live with y'all. But I feel like with as big of a milestone as 2,000 subscribers is, like, especially for little channel that could like this one, I feel like it's something that's worth celebrating. So I think first off, I should start by saying just thank you. When I started this channel during COVID, I didn't think that a lot of people would want to watch it necessarily. I just thought it was just going to be me talking into a vacuum just about my thoughts on movies, all things entertainment, whatever the slogan is at the end of my videos, yada yada yada. But it's really been such a huge treat to be able to do this for all of you. It. I say it like I've been saying it like for the past few months ever since I moved in with Lindsay. It just this makes me feel so alive. And with with day jobs and with theater, what have you, there's nothing quite like this. And I've done a lot of really cool stuff in my life. So I just wanted to let you guys know, thank you so much for all the continuous support that you're continuing to show me. Um, and I think tonight, let's just go ahead and have some fun. Let's hang out for a little bit. I've got dinner literally right here. Anybody, anybody like Chick-fil-A? Let me know what you guys are eating. Let me know what you're drinking in the chat here. I already see you, my guy Luke. I already see you, Josh, man. I already see you, Tyler. Thank you so much. And all of you watching the replay, thank you again. And honestly, the list of thank yous, like we would be here for like the rest of the night, uh considering everybody who's contributed to this channel over the past, like, god, it's been 4 or 5 years at this point. But I mean, there's just to single a few people out. I mean, I know some people are probably going to watch this eventually, but my co-host on the ZNT wrestling show, Tomas, this channel, a big part of it is you and the podcast. So thank you so much again. It's a real treat to be able to do that with you from time to time and just troll each other. It's and just get loud and just argue about all things wrestling. And it's yeah, some memories were made doing that stuff, and I look forward to continuing that with you. Zack Milne talks movies. Congratulations, by the way, on the birth of your son. If nothing else, I mean, that guy is one of the nicest guys I've met on this medium. You're going to be a great father. And I'm sure you already are a great father, my friend. It's always a blast talking movies with you. Jacob Hubbard, one of the most gifted directors and most just like this guy has a knack for sure. So he's somebody to keep your eyes for. Uh, I mean, again, the list just goes on and on, guys. I mean, Luke Ponto has collabed with me a few times. Freaking Sully Streams, Zack Attack Reviews, Zach Goldborn. Gosh, I mean, I know I'm going to be forgetting a lot of people. Geekly Goods, Leo Rydell. You, my friend, are awesome. And he just passed, like, I think he just passed 12,000 on his. What the heck, man? Like, he is so cool and he deserves the world. So Leo, you are the man. If you end up watching this, thank you again for all you've done to contribute to this channel. Amanda from God, like I'm blanking right now, but Amanda from from the Geekly Goods and all that discussion from all those years ago. You have been awesome as well. Ryan, Low, Marcellus Durden, my fellow NorCal guy. He is just awesome. He's so cool. Anybody who has contributed to this channel, Austin Putnam, Ryan O'Toole, Sully Streams, all of you. And especially I also want to give a shout out to Chainsaw Reacts, host of the Council of Creators, which is live right now. So go check him out after you're done watching me just flap my gums. Yeah, it's humbling to be able to communicate and collaborate and work with all of you guys. I've gotten to work with a lot of really cool people in my time here. It's what more can I say? Thank you guys so much again. I'm just fumbling over my words right now. I still cannot believe it that we've reached this point. 2,000 subscribers is nuts to me still. Yeah, and again, like Jason, look at you. Just subbed. I'll listen to your Wild Robot review. Yeah. Oh, I just subbed probably from oh yeah, Carlos from the 813. What is up, my friend? Go and subscribe to him as well. Um, oh man, there's so much love in the chat, so much going on here. I'm still trying to like catch my bearings here, guys. But again, I just want to say thank you so much. Let's hang out for a little bit tonight. Let's just shoot the shit. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about all things entertainment. So if you have any questions, feel free to sound off in the chat. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking of what's been going on lately. What were your thoughts on the Oscars? If you guys have seen the Marvel stuff lately, if you guys are looking to do some Daredevil Born Again spoilers in the chat, I would recommend thinking twice because I am still in the process of watching Daredevil right now. So I'm not going to start Born Again until freaking like I finish those 3 seasons of Daredevil that were on Netflix. So yeah, so do not spoil Born Again for me. Luke Ponto, I've already seen you. Thank you so much again. Tyler Watts. I mean, Tyler's another awesome dude. Jovan, my old friend from college. I love you, man. Love you. Good to see you in the chat, and I always love hearing your thoughts as well. Oh, what? Okay, all right. It's over there. It's over there. Oh. We're talking about dinner over here. Me and Lindsay over here. So yeah. What? Yeah, it should be in the there should be a straw on the table there. There you go. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, especially for this stream, all good. Sign of things to come, my friends. Jason Entertainment. Oh, dude, thank you so much. I mean, here's the thing. When I first started doing YouTube, I told myself I can't be a character. I have to come on here and just be my unadulterated self, which is quite the contrary compared to what I've been doing for 15 years on stage. I'm all about exploring human emotions. I'm all about exploring empathy in other people as an actor. So it's it's really cool to be able to get on this medium and be able to be myself for a little while with you guys. So I appreciate you saying that, Jason. All the congrats in the chat. You guys are just so awesome. Like, have I said that yet? You guys are awesome. Carlos, please go and subscribe to him. I will go and subscribe to you as well once the stream is over. Epictastic is here. Look at you, Joshua. Another frequent on the channel. I love hearing your thoughts. I love seeing your thoughts. It's always a blast to talk about movies with you. Josh Man, alluding to a recent retro review I just did of Babe, which is a super dark movie for being rated G. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Babe is dark as hell. Babe Pig in the City, believe it or not, I actually don't think I've seen that one. I know I've talked on and on about how much I loved that first Babe movie. I don't think I ever watched the sequel. So that might be one to go check out at some point. There he is. Jacob Hubbard. We've been talking about this moment way too long for you. Listen, man, like I didn't even think this channel was going to reach 100 subscribers when I started. This is just nuts that the channel has gotten to the point that it has. But now we begin the march to 3,000 and beyond. So if you haven't already, come subscribe to the channel. As you can see, clearly this is a fantastic and awesome, nice community of movie lovers, film lovers, geeks alike. Jacob Hubbard, definitely look forward to seeing him on another live stream at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do a spoiler city for Captain America like I wanted to, but there will be some other ideas floating around as we get deeper into 2025. Luke Ponto picked up Gladiator 2 today. Oh no. Yeah, I just picked that one up. I That one just came in the mail a couple days ago. Um, as soon as it came out, I was like, I need that one because that one was a lot of fun. Gladiator is one of my favorite epics of all time. Gladiator 2, in hindsight, wasn't as great as I initially thought it was when I first watched it. But it was, I still thought it was fun enough. Denzel Washington was robbed out of Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Oh, the Carlos, one of I think that was the last live stream I did, Carlos. The Spoiler City on Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, Jacob Hubbard was on that one. I had Sully streams on that one, and Zack Attacks was on it. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was a lot of ridiculousness going on there. So Mikey Madison over Demi Moore is nuts. The biggest upset in Oscar history. I don't know, man. I think the biggest upset in Oscar history still is Crash over Brokeback Mountain. Just gonna throw that out there. I think Crash is a bad movie. Just point blank. Crash is not very good. Brokeback Mountain is excellent though. The Academy was a different Academy 20 years ago. Have I started my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? No, I have not. We're still kind of, Lindsay and I are traversing through a few TV shows right now. We're watching one on Netflix called Maid. I don't know if you guys have seen that one yet, but it stars Margaret Qualley, Nick Robinson, a few other people in there. But Margaret Qualley's character is basically a single mom who is dealing with some emotional abuse from her alcoholic husband, played by Nick Robinson, who is Simon and Love Simon, which is a huge departure for him in this, playing an alcoholic. But it's super powerful, super deep shit. If you haven't seen Maid, I definitely would recommend starting it. It's a 10-episode miniseries on Netflix, came out in 2021. Let me know if you want to hear a full review of it down in the chat. I'm thinking about it. I want to, but if you guys want to hear my thoughts on it in a formal review like I usually do, let me know in the chat. Will I be reviewing the abomination and the atrocity that is the Snow White live action remake? Yeah, I am. I'm planning on it. I mean, here's the thing about this channel. I said that there was going to be a big announcement. And I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. For one, just for starters, this channel is not going anywhere. I know I said that there was a huge announcement about the future of this channel and my content. Not to worry, it has nothing to do with me signing off of YouTube forever. This channel is not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing full-on movie reviews. Still going to be doing my first thoughts when I get out of the theater. And I'm sure once that Snow White piece of shit comes out, I'm going to have some things to say once I leave the theater. I am not looking forward to it. I think the movie's going to absolutely suck, especially as somebody who grew up with that original Snow White and as someone who loves the original Snow White. I reviewed it a couple of years ago. So if you don't believe me, go check that out. But yeah, no, it's the channel. We're going to keep on going strong. And for those of you also who are wondering, no, the surprise is not a separate channel for the ZNT Wrestling Show. Okay, so I'm going to get that out of your brains right now. Tomas and I are going to keep doing what we're doing on the main channel right here for now. So that's what I'm going to say for the moment, and then we'll get the big announcement later. Let's see. Luke, what's a film that I think is better than being seen on the big screen? Oppenheimer. I rewatched it before my move, maybe once or twice on my small screen. Maybe that has to do with how small my my TV that's now in the bedroom is. But man, obviously Oppenheimer so much better in the movie theater. But yeah, this is I mean, Oppenheimer is just one example, but I'm sure there's a few that are like, a few that I can think of. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you think that any superhero movie is better watching in the theater unless you have sensitive hearing? Like, and Lindsay over here is pointing to herself as I say that. Let's see.
Sorry,
I'm just gonna. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Hey, come on over. I got to show you something. But anyway, so here. So anyway, have I seen the Lilo and Stitch trailer, Jason? I haven't. I haven't. No, the other one, the laptop. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Yep, this is what happens when you go live, my friends. I can't edit this out. I got to make sure that my computer is charging, and we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to finish it. So, anyway, have I seen the Lilo and Stitch trailer? I have not. Again, that's not a movie that I have high hopes for either. Lindsay's seen it, apparently. Stitch does look very cute, but even then, the stuff with Lilo and the stuff with the sister was the more interesting part of the movie for me anyway. The alien stuff never really, like, it was cool and all, but never really appealed to me fully. Look at Mike's Film Fix popping up in the chat. What is up? I am just streaming. It's always chaos over here. It's 2,000 subscriber celebration, and that's another one. You guys got to go check out Mike's Film Fix and go subscribe to him if you haven't. He's a really, really great up and coming YouTuber as well. He has a lot of really great thoughts on movies and all things entertainment. Epic-tastic Joshua giving shout outs to everybody right now. Let's see. Josh Man, no, I'm not reviewing My Little Pony from 2017.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Lindsay, we're not doing that.
Yes.
We're not doing that. Absolutely not. Am I not looking forward to the How to Train Your... Am I the only one that thinks that movie is going to be absolutely dreadful? Am I the only one who's going to suck? Like, let me know down in the chat, please. Like, is anyone... Like, I know a bunch of you are looking forward to that remake, but there's no reason for that movie to exist. Absolutely none. Absolutely no reason. It's going to be the exact same movie. Look at Ryan O'Toole popping up. Good to see you, my friend. Congrats to, I've been meaning to say this, and I see this on social media everywhere as well. Congrats to Cody O'Toole, who is a very, very acclaimed stage actor right now, doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's playing Wonka right now. No, dude, he's killing it in all phases of life. So, Ryan, again, I said it earlier. I gave you a huge shout out. You were a huge contributor to the growth of the channel early on. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I will always cherish that that 90s movie tournament that you had me on with Putnam, with Patrick Burrow, there's somebody else on there. John, I think. Was that it? It was just us five, I think. But that was so much fun. And again, I never thought I would meet somebody other than Patrick who hates the Matrix. You know, like, I don't hate the Matrix, but I did not think I would ever meet somebody who actually hates that film. But that was a lot of fun. Was I shocked that Mikey Madison won over Demi Moore? Honestly, like, with the move and everything, I only saw like maybe 3 or 4 of the Oscar nominees that were there, the big ones that especially were nominated for the big awards, like Wicked, Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2 was in there. I think there were a few others, but yeah, that's why there wasn't a full-on Oscar live stream like I have done in the past couple of years, because I wasn't really familiar with a lot of the contenders, because I was so busy getting this all set up and situated, my new apartment. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a huge shock to me. I just was kind of indifferent for it. Oh, you heard it. You heard it, Ryan. Come back. Come back. We miss you. We miss you, man. Josh, man, no, we're not doing Veggie Tales. We're not doing a Veggie Tales review either. I'm not planning on it. Look at Tyler Watts waiting for The Last of Us Season 2 to come out. I know she's excited to watch The Last of Us Season 2. I am definitely curious to check it out. I know there's certain YouTubers out there who are a little bit upset that they didn't get pre-screeners to The Last of Us Part 2 because it, like, you know, it tears them apart inside, because okay, you're already gonna tear us apart, but you don't give us early access. But I'm just sitting here. I'm just gonna wait for the wide release on HBO. I think that's gonna be a really good follow up though, because The Last of Us as a show is the best video game adaptation of anything. I am going to be reviewing the new Looney Tunes movie. I'm looking forward to that one. I think it's going to be fun. It's called The Day the Earth Blew Up. Yeah, I think it's got Porky Pig as the main character. I think he's a little strange, let's see. Josh, man, yeah, I do think that the Snow White live action remake is going to bomb. I'm not saying that I hope it bombs, but if you have a leading actress who doesn't even like the story, why should I be invested in it? Mickey 17 is one that should be seen on the big screen for the amazing visuals. I know Luke loved it. I'm sure it's going to be appearing on his top 10 at the end of the year once it's all said and done. But that movie was really, really solid. I wouldn't say it was better than Parasite. I think there's a lot more that Parasite has to say, and I feel like for the style of movie that Bong Joon-ho likes to put out, Mickey 17's script I feel like nails the message a bit too on the nose and a bit over the head a little bit too much. But it's still a really, really solid movie, and I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to own the Blu-ray. Duccaneer 11, good to see you. I enjoyed No Time to Die way more on the big screen than at home. That's another one. I mean, I feel like the Bond movies in theaters, I feel like it's more of an experience if you grew up with James Bond, if you like James Bond movies. And honestly, like No Time to Die was a really good one to watch. I remember my first job was at a movie theater, of course, fittingly enough. And I remember my first big weekend working at the theater was the weekend that Spectre came out. And that was a huge hit with people in my hometown, in my little hometown. There were lots of people in the generation ahead of me who were coming to see that movie, and they were so stoked out of their mind. Can only imagine what they thought of No Time to Die when they saw Daniel Craig's Bond literally die in front of them. Probably didn't expect James Bond to die. Yeah, I'm spoiling shit. I'm spoiling shit for people. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Tyler, thank you. How to Train Your Dragon is an unnecessary remake. I agree. Full-heartedly, 100% does not need to happen. But that's why. I'm just going to keep throwing this up, and I'm going to keep itching my fingertips like this. But yeah, I mean, hint, hint. That's what the studio is looking for, my friends. They want to make sure you take money out of your wallet and you give it to them because it's a familiar title. You don't think it's better? Yeah, not better than Parasite, but yeah, I can see that a little bit more rewatchable than Parasite because Parasite deals with some really heavy subject matter. Not that Mickey 17 doesn't, because it's very, very clear who Mark Ruffalo is spoofing in the movie. And if you don't like Mark Ruffalo's performance in it, that's the point. You're not supposed to. And I think it's, yeah. I actually kind of thought it was hilarious what they did with him. It might be just me, but I'm just thinking about how stupid he was. This is a fun one. Most underrated DreamWorks movie. For Luke over here, it's Megamind. Quality-wise, maybe Megamind. I might say Over the Hedge for that one. Over the Hedge was so much fun. No. I'm not going to say Over the Hedge. I'm going to say Flushed Away. Flushed Away is so much better than Over the Hedge. No questions asked. Story-wise, voice talent. No disrespect to the cast of Over the Hedge, of course. Like, rest in peace, Gary Shandling. Bruce Willis. I hope he's prayers up for that man. But I'm gonna say Flushed Away for that one. Joshua says Prince of Egypt. Prince of Egypt is another good one that came out before Shrek. Everybody knows DreamWorks for Shrek, though. And I know some of you might have some thoughts about that Shrek 5 trailer that came out. I don't really care that the characters look a little bit different. Shrek should be older. He should look older. He should have wrinkles. My question is, what the hell happened to his triplets? Why does he only have one kid? Like, did the other two triplets just die? They don't really tell you a whole lot. Luke, yes, I'm gonna see Novocaine actually tomorrow night at the time of streaming, and I can't wait to watch it. It looks like a really fun way to spend hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. It should only be that long. I mean, given what's in the trailer, I feel like if they go over an hour 45, the movie and its idea might be overstaying its welcome a little bit. Yeah, Flushed Away is awesome. I agree. Tyler, you say Penguins of Madagascar. Does anybody here think Madagascar is underrated as a whole, as a franchise? Because I feel like those movies don't get talked about nearly enough for just how energetic it is. The entire, like, I loved those movies as a kid. I remember going to the theaters watching them and just being so entertained by them. Loving Chris Rock, loving David Schwimmer before I started watching Friends. That was my introduction to Ross. Not as Ross, but as a giraffe. Put two and two together. Yeah, it's the Penguins of Madagascar is I don't know, man. It's you don't like them? Yeah. No, I really enjoyed them, but you ready? Oh, thank you. Getting a few things situated over here. All right. So I've already gone into detail about how the channel is not going anywhere. Nothing's going to change. ZNT Wrestling Show is still going to come out. Movie reviews are coming out. First thoughts are coming out. But there is one huge little drastic shift to some of the content you're going to be seeing from me. And Lindsay, come on in here.
Hello.
This is my girlfriend over here, who
Hi.
I now live with. You've seen her in a few videos with me, doing some spoiler reviews for Wicked and all that good stuff. But we are ecstatic to announce this, and this is something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for a little bit. There will be a second channel. There absolutely will be. But it's not just going to be me. She will be on there as well. I don't think we've come up with a name for it yet.
We have ideas.
We have ideas for it, but a second channel will be coming. And it's not just going to be thoughts on, like, you know, entertainment and what have you. That's probably what this channel is going to be for. But you're going to see loads of different content from our different sides of the geekdom. You're going to be seeing Disney content. You're going to be seeing, like, theater content. Like, we both do shows. We might do behind the scenes stuff, you know, like, who knows? I think it's going to be a really interesting and fun experiment. So guys, I know I've asked you so much for all that support over the past number of years or so. But this one, like, I think it's going to be something really, really cool. Don't you think?
Yeah. I'm
Cheers.
excited.
Cheers. Damn, what'd you put in this?
Your favorite strawberry lemonade?
Yes, strawberry fucking lemonade. I love it. But
I have key limeade from Chick-fil-A.
That's what you got? It wasn't lemonade?
I got the key limeade. It's, yeah.
I don't know, man. But yeah, that's the big announcement. So it's not uploaded yet, so because we're still kind of like figuring out the kinks. We're still kind of working out what the channel name's going to be. We're still kind of going through, like, the layout of, like, what exactly we're going to be doing. And the uploads on that second channel won't be as frequent as the stuff you're going to see here. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be fun.
It's a side channel. This is your main channel, and that was just a second, like, side channel. So there's no schedule for it yet.
Yeah, anybody know? I mean, you probably have seen other YouTubers like call their channel such and such extra or so and so. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna call it Zack Goller extra because it's not just gonna be me. Obviously, she's gonna be here with me for most of those videos. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be interesting time for sure. But while you're here, do you know what do you think is the most underrated DreamWorks movie? They were talking about Flushed Away.
I agree with you on Flushed Away. I
Yeah?
love Flushed Away. I kind of forgot about it for a while, but then I found it either on YouTube or on the internet or at a store, and then I remembered it existed, and I watched it constantly again. It's just so fun. It brings back so many childhood memories, but it's a childhood memory of like, I don't remember loving it so much. I don't remember watching it. It feels like it's niche, but it's not, which is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's a movie I haven't really watched honestly in a while. We should watch that again at some point soon.
I
really
don't
should.
mind it. I like it.
I like. I don't want to say I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater when I was a kid. That can't be right.
You had to have seen it more than that.
Yeah, I had to. Josh Man says Flushed Away had some Lord of the Rings actors. It sure did. It also had Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman playing the lead part, and Kate Winslet as well from Titanic, which Lindsay has not seen.
Sorry.
Flushed Away also does have an awesome soundtrack, Lou. Yes, absolutely.
Shark Tale. I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Oh,
but I always wanted to.
Fuck Shark Tale.
I just think that it was a sexy fish. Which is so stupid. But...
You gotta refer to these characters how Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic, refers to them. Will Smith fish, Angelina Jolie fish, Jack Black shark.
Oh, Angelina Jolie, that explains a lot.
Robert De Niro shark, Martin Scorsese fish. That's what they are. They're just caricatures of the actors who are playing them.
That makes
just in fish form. Yeah, with horrible puns.
I wasn't allowed to watch it, so I just know that it looked fun.
Get out those shell phones and dial it up.
Oh boy.
Terrible puns. Terrible puns.
Oh boy.
Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is coming out on the exact same day as the maybe not so garbage live action Lilo and Stitch. I fixed it for you, Josh, man. There you go.
I'm excited for Lilo and Stitch. I'm also scared.
I don't think that Lilo and Stitch movie is going to be awful.
I don't think they needed to recreate it. I think that's kind of dumb, but I'm glad that Stitch is not terrifying. He's actually like cute enough.
Yeah.
He's not, the animation is not horrendous, is what I'm trying to say.
It's like yeah. I don't know, man. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I will admit he is very cute. It was actually kind of funny to watch live action Stitch run all over the field during the Super Bowl. I was like, man, that's a tie-in and a half. Like,
it's like what they did with Stitch run, like all the Disney, not trailers, but like the Disney ads that they would put out for new movies. Stitch would come and like run into all of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Well, that's kind of what they did when Lilo and Stitch first came out too, because I remember vividly seeing a trailer that started off with Whole New World from Aladdin, but then a spaceship descended into the scene and it turned into Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
So
that's what it reminded me of. So I don't know if they're going with that tactic again or if it was just coincidental because the football field and everything. I don't know.
This is just going to turn into a DreamWorks discussion, though. Look at this. Luke says Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit is his favorite DreamWorks movie.
Such a good movie, but it also terrified me as a kid. But I loved it, but it still terrified me.
Yeah.
I actually just found a record with Wallace and Gromit songs on it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Josh, man, no, Dora does not need to be banned. Dora is not idiotic. That's a way that kids can learn Spanish and
no.
Sort of. I mean, how did you learn Spanish? Because she can speak Spanish way better than I can.
I took Spanish from junior kindergarten all the way up until 10th grade.
Well, that would explain it.
That's how I learned Spanish.
I took Spanish when I was in 7th grade up to the 10th grade, and I retained precisely none of it.
It's the only honors class I've ever been in.
I'm
not
Spanish?
A school person. She treated it like AP, so that's why I quit. I would have done Spanish longer, but she was a really mean teacher.
Yeah, my high school had AP Spanish. Yeah,
we had honors and AP.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was a little ridiculous. Oh, yeah, that's a good choice, Joshua. I expected Shrek 2. Yeah.
The Shrek 2 and 3.
Da da. I always get her and her her friend from college with that, and I always that's a tell. That's how you can make them bust up into laughter. Just say it out of nowhere, and then she'll start laughing like crazy. He also says The Boss Baby is the worst DreamWorks film. That one,
I didn't hate it. I don't know why I watched it, to be honest, because I watched it on my own. I didn't have, like, my brother didn't want to watch it. Maybe I don't remember. I just remember watching it and not hating it, but also being like, why is this a movie?
Yeah, Joshua, I think you and I are on the same wavelength here, just thinking like, oh, Shrek 2 is the best DreamWorks movie. Boss Baby's probably the worst.
Isn't there like a second one or something?
You see what Tyler just said? Chicken Run.
Oh my god.
Chicken Run.
I don't know what it is. I think I just don't like chicken movies because I don't like Chicken Run. I don't like Chicken Little.
Chicken Little's a piece of shit.
I don't like any of them. They freak me out.
Anybody who says that they enjoy Chicken Little, I'm sorry. I know that movie turns 20 years old. I may do a full-on rant for Chicken Little just for fun.
Not a review, a rant.
Just for fun, because that movie is god awful. It is god awful.
I hate it.
Jovan, want to impress me? Do a Cars live action remake.
That would be scary.
How would you even do that, though?
It would probably be CGI, or you would get race car people and dummies in the car, or no people in the car.
Or you could just
CGI the mouths, though.
Or you
would make it the riders instead of the car, but then that's just a whole new movie.
Or you could just love bug the shit out of it and just do like, you know what I'm talking about, Herbie, right? No? Oh, the Disney expert over here. Yeah, so Herbie, they were like old school live action Disney movies. It has George Banks from Mary Poppins playing the bad guy in the first one. They're fun. The Herbie movies are fun. I
have to watch them.
Yeah, but Cars live action remake, Jovan, I think is very much off the table. I do not want to see that. I don't even want to see an animated Cars movie anymore.
He likes Cars, but he likes Cars Land.
I love Cars Land. It's so
Make
good.
it make sense.
Well, because it makes sense.
Cars Land is beautiful. If you haven't,
Let me ask you this: why would you humanize cars?
No, they didn't humanize cars.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They just
apparently there's a Cars Jesus.
No, there's a Cars Pope.
There's a Cars Pope,
and
which means Pope, that there is a Cars Jesus.
I'm not gonna explain my side of that.
So
really
basically, what happens is there must have been a Cars Jesus, which means that he had to have been crucified at one point or another.
He was put up on the wall on display like they do in car shops.
No, like, so did they just give him flat tires and that's how he dies on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense. The car dies when its battery dies.
Maybe the Jesus story is different for cars.
Maybe they just leave it running, leave the battery running.
Maybe he dies and comes back to life just because, I don't know, it wasn't actually dead. It just needed a minute. I don't know. Poll for the chat, and I'll get to some of these questions later. Let me know what you think. How do the cars in the Cars movies eat? Fuel.
How do they do it? Well, they have mouths.
It's just for talking. I don't know.
So okay, so that's like saying that I get my fuel through my belly button, but I can only talk with this. I can't eat it.
There are people who can't eat through their mouths, so they have to have injections. Maybe that's
yeah.
I mean, it works. It's just a fluid diet or with the bag. I forget what it's called, but
I'm gonna. I'm gonna let you guys debate about that in the chat if you want to. The first Kung Fu Panda movie is Duccaneer's favorite DreamWorks movie. Not the best, but simply his favorite. Steve from Minecraft killed it in that movie. Talking about Jack Black. I think that Minecraft movie is going to be terrible.
I don't know why there's a Minecraft movie.
Well, I mean, I feel like, see, here's the thing. I think objectively that Minecraft movie is going to be bad, but I feel like it's going to fall into that wheelhouse of like Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, because it's the same director.
Oh, okay.
Like, and Jack Black is also in it. And so Napoleon Dynamite is admittedly one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. It's not great, but it's just so awkward in everything they do. Nacho Libre is even more awkward. And as a wrestling
I had to
fan,
watch that for Spanish.
as a wrestling fan, I freaking love Nacho Libre, but it's a bad movie. It is a really bad movie.
That was the first time I watched it in school, in high school.
Was
Because
it?
I just hadn't seen it, and then I watched it.
Was it all in
school.
Spanish?
I think it was supposed to be, but on the days that our teacher wasn't there, we watched
it better have been.
It probably was, but it was probably one of the ones where you have to take notes and answer questions about it.
Better have been all in Spanish.
It probably was.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Just like I had to watch the first Kung Fu Panda movie in Spanish.
I had to watch Inside Out in Spanish
oh no.
In school, and then
no,
but I used to so I loved it when it came out, and then I hated it because I would watch it. I was a camp counselor, and then I went to camp. When I went to camp, that's all they played, and then I worked at camp, and that's all they played, and then they also had it in Spanish. But then she's like, you know what, we're gonna watch it again in English. So I watched it twice, and I became tired of it. But now I can watch it freely and happily. But it's oh my gosh, it's too much.
Underrated animated movies for us, Lindsay.
Well, you mentioned Prince of Egypt earlier, and I love that one, but I also love Joseph the King of Dreams. I think that's what one is called. That one is beautiful. It's a comfort movie for me. I cannot there's no words for it because it's incredible and I love it. There's definitely other movies. Oh, well, I think the Tinkerbell movies are underrated because only people who watch them watch them.
She's making me watch the Tinkerbell movies, guys.
And you haven't hated them.
I haven't.
You liked one of them. I'm putting it out there, so.
No, I mean, like.
You liked it enough.
Okay, admittedly, I liked most of them enough.
Yay!
You know, the first one I feel like was a bit boring in hindsight.
That's what it is it's just Tinkerbell. The first movie is just the intro, basically. Like, because the other ones exist, that one's boring.
Well, I mean, it's also, like, it's boring in the same sense that someone would say, like, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is boring. Just because there's a lot of setup that needs to go into this world. There's a lot of explaining that needs to be done why you can do certain things in this world, you know? So I'm not gonna say that I didn't like that first Tinkerbell, but
it's because you have to watch the rest of them, and then it just becomes like an intro. It's an intro, is what it is.
It's the Sorcerer's Stone effect for sure. Like a lot of exposition, a lot more explaining than I feel like, you know, is for the movie's own good.
I don't have an underrated. Well, it might be underrated, but I have a niche animated film that a lot of people I know haven't heard of it, but I watched it all throughout my childhood, and it's called Once Upon a Forest. Please let me know if you've watched this because I only know a handful of people who have, and those handful of people are from TikTok. So
I've never heard of that.
It's about these animals. It's really depressing.
Oh no!
These animals live in their little forest, but
and then Bambi's mom dies.
There's a gas truck that topples over, and it spills the gas leak into the forest, and they start dying. So they have to go search for this flower that's like at the top corner of wherever, and they go through the things. But then there's this really depressing song about the grandpa singing to his granddaughter saying, "Please wake up, don't die." And then it obviously ends happy because it's a kid's film. But they go on a whole journey, and it's really funny.
You sure it doesn't sound like Chrissy, wake up? I don't like this. Again, that's a way to trigger Lindsay is just bring that song meme up from Stranger Things.
I showed it to you.
You did, and I thought it was the funniest thing.
I regret it.
The funniest thing. Yeah, but yeah, but underrated movies. I think Disney's Chicken Little is pretty underrated for sure. Chicken Little is so underrated. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was never bashing it. I did not bash it earlier.
I bashed it.
Yeah. Piece of shit. It's a piece of shit movie, but anyway, best Sony Pictures animation. You want to tell them the story about Across the Spider-Verse from your vantage point? Because
so mean. We watched it, and he asked me, "What did you think of it?" And I'm still staring at a blank screen. I just go, That was rude.
And well, and the fact that Beyond the Spider-Verse is still in pre-production.
It
Who,
made me sad.
who the hell knows when we're getting that movie, honestly? Like,
At this point, I'm gonna forget why I'm mad and have to go back and be mad again.
at this point, I may have kids by the time Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out. You know,
it's taking forever. I know movies take a lot of time and process, but when you have a part 1 and part 2, you gotta move it.
Well, they initially advertised it as part 1, but they very quickly took the part 1 out of it, like after the first trailer came out. I was like, it's gonna end on a cliffhanger.
So
I'm gonna watch the Looney Tunes movie, absolutely. Let's see.
Sorry.
They should make a live action Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh wait, yeah, they did that. They did that, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It's what would be funny is if the Cookie Monster eats all the bad movies. So would he be Cookie Monster still, or would he just be Bad Movie Monster?
You take the movie, you take the Blu-ray, you grind it up, you put it in a cookie, and he eats it. Bye bye movie.
So it's like
you take the first one in existence, and by magical powers,
no, but I don't want to give him my copy of The Happening and the copy of a cookie in the form of a cookie. I don't want to do that.
And copy your copy and give him the original.
No. Well, these bees are dying all over the place. Come on, guys, take an interest in science.
That's sad.
What do you mean that's sad?
All the bees are dying.
Yeah. Yeah, Minecraft is gonna suck. Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre are Luke's favorite comedies, or some of him. Yeah, we gotta watch Nacho Libre now, Lizzie.
I don't mind it. I probably want to drink.
Well, Joshman thinks I should review it.
Can I have a drink watching it? I feel like that's a whole other vibe, a whole other funness. Because I appreciate it more.
Only if I can make Fiesta for dinner.
Sure, I like Fiesta.
Deal. Deal. The Black Cauldron. Did you ever watch the Black Cauldron? I heard it was boring. It's
an underrated film from Disney, and it's one that not a lot of people have watched, and I need to go watch it. I just haven't.
Oh, hey, Luke's seen Once Upon a Forest.
See, it's a great movie. I agree. We should have him review it. I have the CD. Sorry, I don't have it on Blu-ray. I don't think they came out with a Blu-ray. They probably
Once
did.
Upon a Forest.
It's a sweet, cute, depressing film.
Ay.
It'll be fun.
Nacho Libre is greater than every film starring Steven Seagal. Yeah. How sad is it that Jack Black is kind of the only one that I remember from Nacho Libre who had some semblance of a career afterwards? Because I don't know where the guy playing the best friend has been. I don't know where the gal who plays the love interest in Nun has been. Like, that movie's so stupid, but it's the right kind of stupid again. But
I think it's funny.
A Bad Movie Monster is the hero we never knew we needed.
Gotta start writing.
No.
Writing.
Jacob Hubbard's the writer, not me.
I know, but we gotta keep going. I want to see it.
Why do you guys put those ideas in her head, man?
I'm creative. I like creative, fun things.
The second channel is going to be so fun. Look at some love for Monster House up in here.
I love Monster House. My brother was terrified
of it. A movie I reviewed last year for Halloween.
My brother wasn't allowed to watch it, or he didn't want to watch it, so I wasn't allowed to watch it with him. He's 4 years younger for reference, so when we were little, he couldn't watch it. I, however, always wanted to watch it, so I had to watch it by myself, which probably made it worse and better at the same time. And I really love it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's terrifying, but I love it.
We will not accept any Bluey slander in the chat, by the way.
I love Bluey. I was going to wear my Bluey earrings, but I decided against it.
Hey, Bluey's a cute show. I'm sorry, gang. I think Bluey's cute.
It's one of those shows that adults can watch with their kids, or just watch in general. But if you're watching it with kids, there's messages that might go over their heads, but it's also messages for the kids. And there's a lot of adult content's the wrong word. deeper issues and things that they talk about that aren't in a lot of kids shows. So that's why adults can like either relate to it or watch it and be like entrapped by it. So they're not just like bored while they're watching a kid watching TV.
Monster House freaked him out too.
Yeah. Okay. The reason it freaks me out is the animation freaks me out. So I used to hate claymation when it was done a certain way, but I ended up liking this movie too much to the point where I can ignore the animation. But the animation freaks me out a little, but the movie itself I loved.
I remember playing the video game for the GameCube, and that kind of terrified me too.
I thought there was a video game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like back in the early to mid 2000s, like every popular movie for the kids had a video game come out with it. Like all the Harry Potter movies had a video game that came out with it. I remember getting stuck on a certain level that was very early on in Prisoner of Azkaban when that came out. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like other movies that I played as video games. I remember there was a Finding Nemo video game. That was weird.
I just played the Wii.
The
original Wii. That's all I had. Now I have a Switch. I didn't even get a DS. My cousin had a DS. I wanted a DS.
I remember the Nintendo Wii was the big Christmas gift in my household when I was like 9, 10 years old, maybe. And I remember being so good at bowling on Wii Sports.
We played bowling with my grandma, and the Wii remote flew out of our hand, and she almost hit the TV.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta make sure that the strap is around your wrist so that it doesn't fly off.
The ball's gone backwards when I play. It's funny, but I'm good at tennis. Yeah. I always beat my brother, and I'm competitive, so it was kind of bad because he's younger, so I was kind of like the mean older sister if I didn't win. But it was really fun to play all Wii Sports, but we also played Mario Kart all the time.
Yeah, I also saw Tyler Watts is downloading WWE 2K25 on his PlayStation right now. Already a new wrestling game. I feel like we just came out with 2K24, but apparently 25 is better. In every way from the reviews I'm seeing and the reviews I'm hearing. The showcase mode, I'm hearing lots of bloodline references. One of the greatest wrestling stories of the past like 10 years, if not the best. Yeah, I'm so sad I'm not going to WrestleMania. I'm so sad, but in the grand scheme of things, it'd probably be like, especially with our living situation right now. Here's another thing, guys. Like, I know I said like last year that I was definitely going to be going to Mania in Las Vegas, but
you also didn't know the prices would be jacked up.
I didn't. Ticketmaster
because it's Vegas, but like
Ticketmaster and TKO blindsided me, man. And I feel like if I were to just power through and get tickets for me and my co-host and my buddy Jacob to go with us, it would be so irresponsible of me to do that financially. Especially with, I got bills to pay now. I got electricity, I got lights to keep on.
And
I got groceries to buy. I got, all this other stuff.
And usually saved money for like that amount would also mean that like there's no saved money for actual emergencies, because of the amount that we would need to use from that, which is insane.
Yeah. So anyway, that's basically my brief explanation of why I'm not going to WrestleMania. But I'm sure if you're going to Vegas, if you decided to shill out all that money, you're going to have it the time of your life. I'm sure you're going to see John Cena win number 17 over Cody Rhodes, and everybody's going to be very sad in the stadium. But honestly, the story is probably going to be Cena holding the title through the summer, and then Cody just wins it right back, and then Cena redeems himself for kicking Cody in the balls at Elimination Chamber. John Cena turned heel, guys.
It's weird.
He's a bad guy. Do you ever see those memes of John Cena after he turned heel?
All I've seen is "You Can't See Me."
Well,
I don't have wrestling on my For You page, babe. I'm sorry.
Some of these memes are hysterical. I don't know who here has been to a McDonald's recently. But John Cena has been McDonald's spokesperson
I
for
have
a
seen,
while.
yeah, I do know that.
And when
some
the
ads.
order goes through, you see John Cena in that like yellow cardigan pop up with like McNuggets in one hand and the
Really?
cheeseburger in the other, and he's just smiling at you, and he's like,
I feel like that's kind of terrible.
and it said, "You got the goods, nice." That's what it says, and I hear that statement being said in Cena's voice, and it's so funny. The memes I'm seeing is because like freaking like it's just a picture of Cena as smiley as he ever has been, and then it's the captions like, "Don't talk to me, John Cena. I don't like you."
I'm so confused. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, it's just so funny, man. But that's kind of what gets me through after Tomas and I were as traumatized as we were at the end of Elimination Chamber. Jovan, dude, you're making me feel so old, man. You're making me feel so old.
Sorry.
Who?
I can't read the comments from here.
Which one?
That one.
Oh.
I can't read. I'm trying to stay updated with this.
Lindsay,
I'm answering this because I can't
Okay.
answer in this, and your answer is wrong.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw one thing I can answer. I decided to answer it. I think it goes both ways. I personally enjoy it, partially because I grew up with My Little Pony. Both. I grew up with old My Little Pony, transitioning to Friendship is Magic, transitioning also into the My Little Pony movies where they became humans. That's a love-hate relationship. I like it, but it also freaks me out. I think you can enjoy it, but there is, like, if you know, you know. If you don't need to know. When bronies were a thing, I think that's way too far. But it can be enjoyed by adults because some of it is nostalgia, some of it is just a lighthearted show that just so happens to have like ponies as a thing instead of having like animated humans. It's ponies. It's kind of like Bluey, for example. Bluey's a show with dogs, and My Little Pony's a show with like the ponies, but there's more like messages in it. So I enjoy watching it, and I also know other people who enjoy watching it as adults just because they grew up with it, but it's also just like a lighthearted break from the world, to be honest. And you kind of enter a different world, especially if you like magical things.
Mhm.
So, and it's got cute characters, and they all have like big personalities. So if you're looking for something that's like lighthearted, which would mostly be a kid's show with a lot of personality, that's kind of why I think it can be enjoyed by adults, because there is that balance there. So I think it's fine. I would never judge you for watching it. I mean, there's plenty of kids shows I watch as an adult that people would judge me for. So I'm always up for adults watching kids shows, as long as it doesn't go like too far, because there is some creepy level when you get too far. And I don't mean like enjoying it a lot. There's just, if you know, bronies are a little too far, in my opinion. So
TLDR, I am not a brony. I'll just say that much. A lot of Crash Team Racing. Yeah, Crash Team Racing is fun. Crash Bandicoot, man. Grew up playing that game when I was a kid. How in the heck did I beat those games when I was a little boy? And yet, when I'm a full-ass adult, I struggle like hell with Crash Bandicoot. You haven't
played it in a while, and now you have bigger hands. As a kid, you're like...
I also don't remember it being that hard. Like,
maybe they changed it.
Crash Bandicoot is so hard.
I've never played it. I don't know what it is.
Like, anybody in the chat who's played Crash Bandicoot will know. They will know. Wow. Oh, this is brutal. Jovan was 8 the last time Cena was healed. Maybe now he'll get that bald spot filled.
Oh, boy.
And R-Truth also needs to get revenge for capital punishment. Yeah, exactly.
I just realized you said last time. I didn't know John Cena had been whatever before.
He was a good guy since I was a little boy. 2003 was the last time John Cena was a bad guy, which is nuts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm only into wrestling because of him.
Best and worst movie of the year so far from Luke. It's way too damn early to give you my top 10 and top 10 worst. Worst movie of the year for sure has been Flight Risk. I freaking hated that movie. It was so bad. And yeah, I'm sorry. Whatever Mel Gibson's title is supposed to be. Fuck Mel Gibson. But it's It was atrocious. Absolutely god awful. Do not go support Flight Risk, please. Best movie of the year. I mean, I would say
What was that one we watched that I really liked that we both watched that was really good?
Paddington.
No, we just watched it. Unbreakable Boy. I like that one.
Oh yeah, no, Unbreakable Boy was a really good movie. Companion, I think, is up there. Companion actually might be my answer. That movie might be the greatest January release I've ever seen. Mickey 17, almost by default, is probably in there too. I know it's Luke's favorite, but I don't know. I do not know. Look at this living legend right here. Zack Milne Talks Movies. This guy right here. Wow. Thank you. You okay? Live stream. Lindsay's doing dishes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting water and it overfilled and then it got off balance. I'm sorry.
You can tell we both do theater, so we're just gonna keep going. But Zack Milne Talks Movies. I'm gonna put you over for a little bit, my friend, because thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Congratulations, first of all, on the birth of your son. You're gonna be one hell of a father, as if you weren't already. If you guys haven't subscribed to this guy, please do so. Zack, I'm sorry that I've been like AWOL and missing from like collabs lately because my work schedule has just been so crazy. But let's talk more. Let's talk more about getting a collab back together. But Zack Milne Talks Movies. Please go subscribe to that man. He is a living legend. Thank you. The Insane Trilogy was a pain in the ass. What is the Insane Trilogy? I don't remember what that is.
Probably the Insane Trilogy.
What is so insane about it? What's so insane about that trilogy? Favorite movie of the year is a tie between Better Man, Mickey 17, and Companion. I think Companion might be my answer. I did not like Better Man. I know a lot of people did.
I hated it.
I know a lot of people really liked it. I know a lot of people disliked my review. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck.
I think it had
that
potential.
Movie was not good.
I think it had potential, but here's the thing. It felt so damn long that I walked out of the theater. I was like, I need a break, but I also timed it wrong. I thought we had an hour left when there's 15, 25 minutes left of it. I didn't like it. It was boring.
Yeah. Oh, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Of course. Well, I think, Tyler, the reason why I'm thrown off is because it's spelled N' Sane Trilogy. It's not spelled like full on insane, but I agree with you though. That was, the physics in that game were just, I did not like it. Oh no. Do you want to respond to this one?
So, fun fact, you might hate me now.
Uh-oh.
I'm Pinkie Pie. That was me as a kid. I was Pinkie Pie. I wouldn't shut up. So, as a kid, I loved Pinkie Pie because she had a high voice, she was pink, and she talked all the time. So, I don't hate Pinkie Pie because I was Pinkie Pie as a kid. I was pretty annoying. But I can see the hate in her because watching it as an adult, she does kind of get on my nerves. If I have a headache, I cannot watch it. So I understand it.
Epictastic Joshua, best of the year so far, Companion, and Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul.
That was so good.
That was a good one. The kids' movies this year have been pretty solid so far with that one and with Paddington.
Paddington was good. Oh my gosh, what? Wallace and Gromit.
You want to try that again?
I just did. Wallace and now I can't speak. Wallace and Gromit. I categorize under, I know it kind of goes with kids movies. I still categorize that as like family, not family and kids, because sometimes it can be too creepy for children or like an age limit. But yeah, I love that movie. I like that they kept the animation the same. They didn't change anything. I mean, besides like some updates on obviously the years in between with what can be done better, they didn't change it. They didn't make everything crazy. And I think I cried because I loved it so much. Because I grew up with Wallace and Gromit. It was my dad's and my show, or like, I say show because it's but they were our movies, so I loved it.
Tyler liked Vengeance Most Foul more than the Were-Rabbit.
Me too.
Really?
Were-Rabbit freaks me out still. I loved it. Remember when we watched it? I got freaked out.
It's tough, man. I feel like it's
terrifying. But I
feel
love
like
it.
my nostalgia is leaning more towards Were-Rabbit, but I can definitely see objectively why Vengeance Most Foul might be better.
Other movies. Well, I also like this one because it included the freaking penguin. That was a whole story. So that's kind of why I prefer that one too, because it had to do with the penguin character. And I always forget his names. I just call him Penguin. But that's why.
God, what is his name?
I'm not going to remember.
What is his damn name?
I loved watching it as a kid, so that's why I like the new one better, because it connected to the old ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Oh man, I literally just watched this movie. Okay. All right.
I can't look it up.
What's the name of Penguin?
You can't spell.
And I'm dyslexic apparently.
No, you just clicked the wrong button.
Feathers McGraw.
Okay, I knew that.
I of course I knew that.
It's funny because penguins don't have feathers. Of course I knew that.
God, Feathers McGraw. How come I didn't think of that? I should have. I should have thought of that. Were-Rabbit, one of those I have to watch around Halloween time. Yeah, probably.
It gives Halloween vibes.
Yeah, Better Man, definitely not a movie for everybody. Oh man, there was a point like with 20 minutes left in the movie where Lindsay had to get up and take a break, and then by the time she came back, like the movie was over. It was over.
And I came back and I was like, I didn't miss anything. I was gone for a solid 10 minutes because I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get snacks because I again thought there was an hour left. I just did the time wrong. I thought the movie started at a different time, so I was taking my time. I get back, I missed nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, and how come in the world of the movie itself they don't ever address that he's a monkey?
I guess it's dumb. I'll be back.
Don't ever address it that because he's dumb.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's been an interesting year for film so far. And I cannot wait to keep talking movies with you guys. This weekend is actually a pretty busy one. Off the top of my head, yes, Josh, man, I know Looney Tunes movie is coming out. I will review that. Novocaine, I'm going to be watching tomorrow because Lindsay does not like anything bloody. I know there's a movie that the Russo brothers directed coming out on Netflix with Millie Bobby Brown. I do want to review that. I know there's a couple others. I think Opus is coming out this weekend. I'll have to look at my Cinemark real quick because I know there's a few that I'm missing. Of course, Snow White is coming out not this weekend but next. Lindsay and I are going to be out of town actually at a wedding next week, so I don't know if my review for Snow White is going to be what's it called? I don't know if my review for Snow White is going to be out there, but on time. But Tyler, yes, the AEW Revolution ZNT pod is coming. I still need to finish the show. Tomas already has. Tomas said he really liked the show, but the main event sucked, which is not looking good for me because I was looking forward to hopefully. I did have it spoiled for me, so I know the results. So I mean. I just want that damn Death Rider storyline to finish because I fucking hate it. That Death Riders angle is horrible. Anybody who thinks that Death Riders are a good stable is a liar. That's all I gotta say.
I know nothing about it. I cannot comment.
That's all I gotta say about the fucking Death Riders, man. I can't with them. Like, get them off my screen, please. John Moxley should just go back to Roman and he'll be just fine. Black Bag. That's the other one I was thinking of. Steven Soderbergh directing it, the guy who did the Oceans trilogy. You watched the Ocean's movies?
Yeah, not all of them. I watched the newest one, and then my mom and I went back because she realized I hadn't seen them, and we went back and watched a few of them. Don't remember which one though.
Do you ever watch Matt Damon on the James Corden show doing like his entire filmography?
No.
Basically, it sums up the Ocean's trilogy to a T, where they have like cutouts of all the Ocean's cast, and Matt Damon's holding up a few, James Corden's holding up a few. James Corden calls himself George Clooney. He says, "Oh, I'm playing George Clooney," and then Matt Damon's like, "Yeah, okay, let's rob a casino." And then Ocean's 12 comes up, and they're like, "Let's rob a mansion on this island here." Ocean's 13 comes up. Let's rob more casinos.
I've never seen that.
Like that, I'll show you. I'll show you after we're done. But
I watched all the not all, but the karaoke in the car James Corden things, and also like Broadway on the Street.
The crosswalk karaoke.
Crosswalk karaoke. Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah. Favorite and least favorite movie franchises. Oh no.
I have a fun fact about Harry Potter and me.
Uh-oh.
I have watched it 3 times in one ear out the other.
She doesn't remember
I don't know
a damn
why.
thing.
I remember what I remember from people talking about it and from me like knowing things. But I watched it once, didn't remember anything. And when COVID hit, I was like, this is a good time to watch all 7 movies. 8, because whatever. Wait. 8, 7, 8.
Yeah.
7, but 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, to watch all of them. And so I watched all of them, but I was remembering like little tiny niche details. Like, wait, I remember that conversation. Not, oh yeah, this happens. So I guess I had seen it before. And then after that, I was like, I should watch it again. I don't know if I finished it. So apparently I just can never remember that I watched them, because I watched it 3 times without remembering I watched it and had the same thing happen over and over. So to me, it's in the middle. It's meh to me because apparently I can't remember it, but I know it's good. But I also
I love the Harry Potter series so much.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a toss up between that and the Marvel universe for me. Clearly, I mean, looking at this, I mean, as I've aged, I've kind of noticed how impactful the Marvel movies have been since 2008.
I never watched them until COVID.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't into superheroes, and then I watched it.
But the nostalgic part of me wants to say that the Harry Potter franchise is my favorite.
They can be both your favorite for different reasons too.
Yeah. I mean, I need another freaking Harry Potter marathon, man. That shit makes me feel so good.
Harry Potter themed drinks and snacks.
Yes.
And clothes.
View with Drew. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. We're just celebrating 2,000 over here. Thank you again for all of your support. Just to catch you up, in case you haven't heard, there is going to be a second channel coming, and it's going to be me and Lindsay creating some magic together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, the content on my main channel is not going anywhere. It's going to stay pretty much the same. Maybe not as frequently released as I would like to, but I'm going to put out as many videos as I can when I can. So I don't know. My least favorite movie franchise?
I'm trying to think of franchises because all I can think of is Marvel and Harry Potter. I kind of got to like turn around.
There's Star Wars. There's Lord of the Rings.
I love Star Wars, but I'm also not like the biggest fan of Star Wars because like when you think of people who are fans of Star Wars, I'm a little below that. I can't give all the details, but I have a lightsaber for Valentine's Day, I guess. My mom gave technically him because she already gave me my gift, but she gave, because my mom is a gift giver, she does this all the time, but she gave us basically a charcuterie board of the Death Star.
It's sitting right here.
And when we moved in, she got him / us lightsaber salt and pepper electric like shaker.
I love those things. I love those things.
And I have I have a lightsaber. I have a lot of I love Mandalorians so much. But so that's all. I guess that would be one of my favorite franchises.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going bigger than that, Disney in general is just mine.
Yeah, but that's a studio.
I know that doesn't count.
Like Frozen would be a franchise. Lion
Yeah, but
King
there's
would be a
only
franchise.
Frozen.
I
And I
yeah.
like Tinkerbell.
Oh, it's
What
Tinkerbell
else
a
is
franchise though?
If you're counting Frozen as a franchise that has 2 movies,
Yeah.
I think Tinkerbell was 5 movies. Shirley
Yeah.
Temple isn't a franchise, but that was my whole childhood, so I'm gonna go Shirley Temple movies. It's not a franchise, but I'm counting it as a franchise because they always sell them together. So.
Least favorite for me probably is Fast and Furious. Even though I mean, like they're not bad movies necessarily, but I feel like the more they come out with movies, especially after Paul Walker passed away, I keep describing the Fast and Furious franchise as like the expired milk of cinema. It's a movie that is 3 movies past its expiration date, and the more movies they come out with, the more sour it feels.
Why do they have so many?
Because Vin Diesel wants money. So
he doesn't need money. We need money.
It,
As in, like everyone else in the world.
he also apparently needs at least one wrestler in his latest movies because after his falling out with The Rock, he had to go get John Cena. You know, what's next? Dave Bautista.
Probably.
Please do not make another Fast and Furious movie and have Dave Bautista in it. But just don't do it. Sully, I've shouted you out already, my friend, and I appreciate you so freaking much. I appreciate how much you've helped contribute to the growth of this channel. I'm looking forward to more collabs with you down the line, my friend. Everybody in the chat, please go subscribe to Sully Streams as well. What's a movie coming out this year that you think is going to surprise people? That's a great question. That's a really great question. I'm trying to think now.
How to Train Your Dragon.
That movie, okay.
Nope. Let me explain.
It's the same movie. It's going to be the same movie.
That's why I think it will surprise people. I think people are expecting it to be different. Like most, for example, Disney recreations are not great. So I think people are expecting it to not. If the people who are expecting it not to be great, I think are going to end up liking it because it's going to be basically to a T, hopefully the original, which again, I don't think is necessary, but I think it'll surprise you, for example.
So by that logic, the Lion King 2019 remake would surprise me too.
I hate it. I refuse to watch that.
See?
No,
see, like, there you go. That's my
not
point.
By my logic. It's because it's DreamWorks and not Disney, and Disney shouldn't be making.
Well, DreamWorks shouldn't be stooping to that low. I thought DreamWorks would know better.
But people have been asking for a live action How to Train Your Dragon for years.
Why? Why though?
Because it's a really cool story.
I get that it's a cool story, but you keep it in the confines of animation.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially since there's more than one.
There's no reason for that movie to exist. And I'm gonna die on that hill. Even when the movie comes out. I'm gonna sit there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure these people are gonna want to hear my thoughts anyway. But like again, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna go in there expecting to hate it. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm just telling you, do not be disappointed. I'm not trying to set you guys up for, because I feel like the people who are hyping this How to Train Your Dragon remake like nobody else are just setting themselves up for disappointment. Like I'm gonna go in there and I'm just gonna be indifferent. I'm gonna be like, okay, all this movie can do is surprise me.
See?
All this movie can do is surprise me. Like
you just answered the question.
Again, I never. Every movie deserves a chance. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm just telling you, there is no goddamn reason why this movie should exist other than to make DreamWorks more money. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why they're putting it out. Tyler Watts says Fantastic Four is going to surprise people. Fantastic Four is going to be awesome. I'm expecting it to be awesome.
I forgot what that one is.
It better be awesome.
I forgot what
it's the Marvel movie with the stretchy guy.
Oh yeah. See, I don't know why I keep thinking that it's called something else, so I always keep mixing it.
Fantastic Four. Yeah, Marvel's first family.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Even before Guardians of the Galaxy, it was Fantastic Four. That was their first family.
I never got into the comics, and like I said, I started watching Marvel late, so I don't know a lot of like history stuff. I just know what's around and what's
I cannot wait for Fantastic Four. I think it's gonna be awesome. I think Superman is also gonna be awesome. It might surprise some people as well. by how great it is. Well, because James Gunn has to start off his DC universe with a bang.
But isn't there like 3 other Superman movies?
Yep.
So why do they keep changing Superman?
Well, one, because Christopher Reeve is not available to play Superman anymore. He wouldn't have been available to play Superman for 25 years anyway.
Okay, well,
he was paralyzed.
Yeah, but I meant other than that. Just don't make new Superman. I mean, I think it'll be fine. I just don't like when movies replace actors a lot, unless there's like a valid reason for it.
I also don't like when live action movies try to replace the animated movies.
You know.
Like, Snow White.
That one's gonna be interesting.
Snow White's gonna suck. Snow White
I think it'll be okay. I think the songs sound good so far, but I also know that Snow White is not a belter. They're making her like belt a little bit, but I think it'll be enjoyable enough.
Another one that I think could surprise people. Off the top of my head, oh man, I feel like the Michael Jackson biopic could surprise some people.
When is that coming out?
October.
Oh yeah.
I know there's some people who are probably already going to have Avatar 3 as their favorite movie of the year before it even comes out. I think that has potential to surprise people because it would be the best Avatar movie.
Is it going to be long?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it has to be.
3 hours long?
Probably.
Okay, you're on your own.
Probably.
I can't watch long movies in the movie theater because I can't sit that long like that.
Yeah.
I have like some knee issues.
Luke, I am so well. The monkey's up there for some of my favorite movies of the year. I can't believe I forgot that one. That movie was awesome. It was so funny. Sinners, I think, is going to be amazing. No other words needed. I think just judging from the trailer, Ryan Coogler as director, the cast that's involved, I think that movie is going to slap for sure. Which is odd because Will Smith is not in that movie, so how can it slap? It took her a second.
I was trying not to laugh.
You can laugh.
No, I don't want to laugh.
You can laugh. Come on, that was a good joke. That was a really good joke. At least I think so.
You always think your jokes are good. But so does anyone who makes
I think I'm pretty funny. I mean, I don't know if you guys think I'm funny, but I mean, I try to be like, because here's the thing about being a YouTuber, right? You get in front of this camera and like, you don't want to come on and be like, welcome to my channel. This is what I thought about the No, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to at least be somewhat engaging and entertaining. And if that means throwing in some sarcastic quips here and there that some people might get, some people might not, but yeah.
You're a theater kid, it'll come naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm actually really, really excited to take you guys into that second channel for some behind the scenes stuff at some point down the line. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Duets or something.
Maybe. I'm a singer as well. She's a singer. So I think if you guys want to hear some covers, you can let us know and we can get that situated as well. I think that'll be I think that'll be fun. Yeah, but I think I don't know. This has been such a crazy, wacky, awesome adventure so far. And I'm so appreciative that you guys have stuck with me for this long. I appreciate anybody who's new that's come in, who is starting to stick with me for this long. It's been something. And I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thank you guys again so much for spending time with us tonight. I think this is probably where we're going to wrap things up.
I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, because I need to eat. I need to eat. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for your continued support of the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up icon as well. And tell your friends, share this channel with your friends because the work does not stop here. Now we begin the march to 3,000 and beyond. And I can't wait to see what this journey has in store. I can't wait to keep talking movies with you guys. Thank you again so much. Y'all are the best. As always, commence that back talk. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys again.